I just saw the Avengers Infinity War and it was interesting and a bit better than I was expecting it to be, honestly. Let's start off with the big stuff right away. I was expecting some character deaths. I was not expecting Iron Man to die right away, nor was I expecting him to die of a heart attack. And if he did die from a heart attack, I was expecting it to be from partying or the usual things you would think for the self-proclaimed billionaire playboy. Turns out the dude's been drinking 2 cups of coffee a day, though, for the past decade. I don't know if the writers thought they were making some sort of statement like, even if the most influential superheroes can die from a cup of coffee, you better take care of yourselves as well. But all seemed very odd. Even more odd is that's what brought Captain America and the rest of the Avengers back together to unite and take down Thanos and his army. At first, I thought this wasn't nearly enough of an emotionally devastating impact to bring the team back together after the rift that took place in the Civil War. But when they reveal Thanos' true plan to sell coffee to Earth that ends up killing people 69 days later, I was able to make the logical connection between the two happenings, as weak as it was. Although if you do think back, the Avengers didn't know the coffee killed people yet when they came together to stop Thanos. So while they were technically right in the end, their victory felt a lot more hollow to me than I thought the writers intended it. Also, I feel the need to question Thanos' logic. I get he was just trying to make money by selling coffee, quite the industrialist really, but I don't understand why he kept selling people coffee when he found out it killed them. Yeah, dead human bodies that were intact were worth a lot of money at his home planet, but why didn't he just harvest people's bodies who were dying from natural causes? Then nobody would notice, making his operation last years longer, and it might have even been an economic boon for Earth. Anyway, into that side tangent. Another interesting choice was Hulk and Black Widow having sex, which ended up killing her. I really wasn't expecting that one to be shown on screen, and as you know from watching the movie, I don't mean Bruce Banner and Black Widow, I mean the big green dude goes to Pound Town on poor old Romanoff. I mean, it was all consensual, but it felt to me like pretty morally bankrupt of the Hulk to do that when he had to have known the consequences. Maybe this is what they will avenge in Infinity War Part 2. They'll recognize that as long as they're a coalition, there will be an infinite amount of violence and finally disband to avenge their fallen arachnid. Now, you could point back to Civil War and they didn't disband over that violence that they caused, but Captain America was never really a numbers guy, so when reports of how many people died from their battles, I don't think he was really smart enough to know the toll. So that could explain away Civil War, but he's extremely empathetic, so Widow's death could possibly take a toll and get him to step down. Who knows? Or it all could have been commentary on the rights we have as citizens over our own autonomy. Maybe the writers of Infinity War see a land where one day football, boxing are outlawed altogether and want to let the world know where they stood on the issue. Maybe them letting Black Widow kill herself via green peen is them saying we should go radically libertarian on the subject and bring back duels to settle arguments or for entertainment. All I know is that when I heard people saying that children would cry from this movie, I didn't expect it to be from a second level removed analysis of the changing landscape of personal rights and warnings against heart disease. Now, as for a rating, the movie flip-flopped with my usual take and expectations on Marvel movies. This one had a lot of heart and actually made me think of the themes and the reasons why characters did what they felt they had to do. On the other hand, it was an absolute technical mess. I have no idea why they used entirely found footage. It's not like there would be a reporter or a TJ Miller type character keeping close-ups of Ant-Man as he made the finishing blow on Thanos to make coffee drinking safe once more. 7 out of 10.